Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream, to the channel in general. Let's make this light a little bit warmer. That's better. Every stream I have to adjust my light in some way, right? But yeah, it's good to see you all. You know, there's a little bit of a break going on, but you know, not too big of a deal. I think I'm also planning to take a break from streaming, but not too long. You know, I want to make some improvements. Like, I think I've learned a lot of lessons from streaming, like I have been since March for 3 months now. And I want to take the time to, you know, have better assets, update the graphics, the images, possibly get newer equipment. Like, you know, I mentioned last time that I wanted to get like an actual audio mixer so I'm not blowing everyone's ears out at indiscriminate times. But yeah, so that's coming up. But I'll talk about more details when I know of them. But with that, let's just get into this. So usually I check the Discord. It's been a little quiet as of recent, but that's no biggie. I am still inviting you to join because it's still a great resource for CAD modelers and people who want to just better themselves with SOLIDWORKS or anything related to that. You can share your work if you want me to look at it and, probably tell you how great it is because, like, all my followers are the best. Additionally, we have a CAD exercise library where if you're looking to exercise your CAD muscle, and you need something to practice with, you come to this channel. There's a bunch of PDFs with various exercises. I think it's the perfect thing for you. So if you want to join, there it is. But with that, I think I'll just get into the modeling. So I'm going to do another one of Thang's mechanical movements here. Why am I not subscribed to this dude? You should definitely be subscribed to his channel. I think it's an amazing resource for anyone interested in mechanical movements and mechanisms. But what I have for you today is this, well, it's this kind of hinge that uses 6 links and kind of synchronizes itself. So you could see that the angles are perfectly like in sync with each other. And this is a 6-bar mechanism because, and this is not intuitive for most people who haven't studied mechanisms like these before. This is 6 links because you need to count the ground links. So there's this yellow one here, that's 1. There's this pink, that's 2. There's this other yellow one, that's 3. Then there's this pink, which is 4. So where's 5 and 6? Well, you have to consider a link as any connection between 2 hinges, right? So the ground links count. So from the end of the pink to the end of the yellow, that's 5. And then the same on the other side. The end of the pink to the end of the yellow, that's 6. I don't have 6 fingers, but there you go, 6. So it's a 6-link mechanism. And it's just like a hinge. But instead of being a simple hinge, something like this is very useful because it provides extra clearance when going through its rotation. So you could see something like this where, you need the door of something to be, flush when it's closed, but when it opens, it needs to get out of the way of, the stuff around it. So something like a car hood. I'm not saying that a car hood uses this exact same one, but yeah, I think it's gonna be very fun. So let's analyze this a little bit, shall we? So looking a little closer here, I have these brackets. They appear to be trapezoidal shape, and they have their hinges at diverging angles like that, with the angles going away or outside from the actual hinge, portion of it. So I can produce one of those. Additionally, it would seem that the difference between the yellow and the pink is that the pink has 2 female connections. You see that? 2 female connections. The yellow has a male and a female. So that's what allows the bracket to have both male connections, but a male needs to go with a female in the center there for it to actually work. So that's how that works out. There's also some pins, but those are arbitrary. I could put them in, I could not. And Melectrica just showed up, which is amazing. Always awesome to see her here. She tends to pop in my streams every now and again, and I appreciate when she does that. But yeah, it's like pretty good to be here and be streaming for you. It'll be good, and I really can't wait for to start working with the improvements and stuff like that. But like I said, I need to figure out some stuff based on what I've learned. But anyway, I think the first thing we should do, let's get this bracket here done. So getting into SOLIDWORKS, and I already have it open here. And I think we can do this as sheet metal if we want, honestly. Yeah, let's try it just for goofs. So let me get one of these. This is a center rectangle, but if I delete the the verticals. Yeah, there we go. That's a quick trapezoid shape, just in case you want to do that. And yeah, let me do it like this. Okay, so the overall width of this thing, let's make that 2. The average length, maybe 4. And maybe an angle would be most appropriate here. Say like 30 degrees. And just out of curiosity, you know, we can get some driven dimension. Oh my goodness. We can get some driven dimensions is what I was trying to do. There we go. So it's about 5 and a little less than 3. But yeah, that looks pretty good. We're gonna go for our sheet metal base flange, and on the video it looks kind of thick. Yeah, that's like plate at that point. It might be better to just machine a shape like that, but you know, if you wanted to, you know, kind of look like it, you know, maybe you can set it to steel and go for like 3 gauge. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's heading towards the downward direction, so maybe I will say reverse direction for the thickness, so that the top plane is where it will sit on, and I think that's pretty good. You know, to get the corners, I could say corner trim. I want this to be fillets, and maybe 1/2 inch like that. There you go. And you know, you might be looking at this thing and be like, well, you could have just extruded that. But with an extrusion, you can't do this. Ooh, check that out. So what I'm gonna do at this point, let's do edit flange profile. I'm gonna turn that into construction and get a tangent arc, and I should be able to bridge this to that. And just out of curiosity, what radius does that give us? It's kind of a weird one, so let me just rip that off, rip this off. And I'd like the midpoint of this to match up with the midpoint of this. Make coincident, and then I can turn this into a more normal value that is centered about that edge there, you know? There you go. And we can say 0.5. And let me make the bend towards the outside, so I'll say finish. Oops. Let's do something like that. I think that's what he's got going on there, right? So let's tab over and take a look. Yeah, it's directly towards the outside, it would seem. I do notice that the flange is like right towards the edge. So maybe what I'll do... Yeah, the preview display of these look weird. I wonder if that's like a bug or something. But let's say I just want the 2 edges. This and this. And then let's adjust the sketch here, which you can do just like this. Just remove the midpoint relation and say that this will hang out there. Okay, that does seem to work out pretty well. Oh, I forgot about simple hole. That's something that never gets used. Let's go for hole wizard instead. Let's go positions. Something like that, maybe. And let's go for like 3/8 or something. 0.375. Like that. And then I can say that it is mirrored about that plane. And that's basically the bracket. So let's go into here. Bracket. Let's take another AVG. Get out of here. Yeah, the angles is not as extreme, so we can test my modeling prowess here by adjusting this angle to maybe 15, hit rebuild, and see what it says. Alright, that seems pretty pretty friendly. It's a little tough to tell, so his is a little bit closer together, as in this is shorter. That is something we can most definitely do, like that. And I think that's looking quite good. Hey, Annette just showed up. I'm glad to have you here. And at the very same time, Workshop 1668. Hi all, he says. Hey, I saw your work on Instagram, dude. That's some slick welding skills you got. So, let me do an assembly. Oh. New assembly. Let's put this down just like that. And I know we'll need a copy of this. And it needs to be like opposed. So we'll eventually, when we start putting this together, you know, we'll have something like that. Let's look at the picture again. So funnily enough, let me see here. Is there any handedness to this? Yeah, between the two parts, it does between the pink and the yellow, it does appear to be handed. It does appear to be handed. So I think the way we can do this, let me see if we can get a better view of it maybe later on. So that's it in profile there. That's pretty good. And how about from over here? So it does tend inward. So what I'm thinking of doing, let's draw it as seen from, I guess, the viewer being on the right hand and then looking towards the left. You'd look straight onto this, and I would expect to see a shape like, well, like that. Like it'd be a crook in it. And I think based off of that, we can put more details, because that's just to fill it, you know. You got to take out all the details in your mind and just start with the basics. So it's just a crook with either a cutout or a tab based on whether it's male or female. And that's really all it is. So all right, let's try something here. What's the thickness of this again? This is 3 gauge thickness. Don't know if I'm messing myself up in that regard. Well, if anything, I could do a top-down assembly feature. So let's do part. So let's do it maybe on the top plane. I think fundamentally, the shape, just kind of like that. So let's make this 1/2 inch. Maybe make those in line with each other like that. It's not hooked to the origin properly, so let's do something like that. And now let's define the angle here. So let's do 180 minus 15, which is the same angle we had from the other one. I think that'll be very relevant. And I guess overall length, honestly. Maybe from that midpoint down think what would help us if we did something like that, made these equal. And then I'll maybe increase this to 3. We're probably going to have to play around with the design a little bit. Link. Yeah, this could take on a thickness. Maybe like 1. That might be too much. 0.75. Okay. Let's do some full round fillets here because we know this is eventually going to be a hinge, and rinse and repeat on the other side. So we got something that looks like this now. Let's do another sketch. So this is the both female version. Which looks like what this is tending to. Let's go to a rectangle, select midpoint, and get it centered about just like that. And this has to be the 3 gauge thickness, but I'm going to put 1/4 of an inch like that. Mario, we got a new dude in the chat. Mario Builds, what's going on, my dude? How's it going? We're building another mechanism today. Do something like that. So I think this is going pretty good. I just noticed the song hasn't progressed. I know it was on repeat 1. I'm sure you must have really liked that song a lot because it was just repeating over and over again. Yeah, these are the kinds of glitches that I'm seeking to like help, resolve in the future when I really want to redesign some elements of my stream to make it look less kludgy and more like pro. You know what I mean? And then investigate streaming to also Twitch at the same time. I think it'll be great. All right, so here's something fun. What happens if I take this, select sketch 2, select the top plane, and go insert derived sketch? Woohoo. It's almost like copying and pasting, except, actually, let me get this midpoint. Oh god. Come on. Give me the midpoint. Or I guess we could just do this. There you go. And then you see it's like a rigid shape. Oops. I could say that is parallel. So notice it's fully defined without any dimension. That's because derived sketch will always look at the original sketch and copy whatever it's doing, and then we'll place it according to the 2 relations that I put. So that means if I change this one will automatically change too, making our lives easier. Because I will assume that my design intent is that I want them the same. So we get something like that. Let's give that a good old save. And I guess there's no particular handedness now that I think of it. You just flip it the other way, since it's somewhat symmetrical. So that I might be able to take that to my advantage. I might be able to do an indent to adjust. Or this has got me thinking, huh? Well, let's just leave it like this for Well, actually, if I want this to change from male to female, I could easily do that with another feature. Well, I guess, so let's make this configuration, so let's rename this. This is female, female. Oh, and by the way, so I'll show you what I'm going for. It's another thang video. Start it from here, so it's just hinge that starts from a collapsed position and has this kind of wide throw in when it opens. So very useful if there's like something in the way at the hinge area. So you see it's like the hinge just goes around it and then it's able to meet. I think it's very, very cool. Yeah, so let's make a new configuration. This is male, female, or female, because I don't know how to spell. Yeah, let's not overthink this. Let's just sketch on this and say, yeah, let's just convert extrude up to surface. Don't merge. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, by the way, but you know, we'll keep it simple. I do like to overthink things a lot. We'll take the same thing, extrude cut through all both, should destroy the two tabs, but then we have this left over. And I'm just gonna do a combine. So the idea being, we can put this in a folder, male. So when that's unsuppressed, you get a male. You suppress, you get a female, which is perfect because we can toggle that through our, you know, if I grab this and say configure feature, they should be suppressed in the female, but unsuppressed in the male, female. Alright, so that is looking pretty, it's pretty plain right now. I could add some more details, but I do want to test functionality, and I can do that right now. So let's do a link, and I want this to be, at least for right now, a female. Yes, there we go. And should use the hinge mate. So advanced mate, hinge, or mechanical, hinge, concentric, you know, I can use these, and then coincident, maybe that on that. There we go. Like that. And let's copy this over. Needs to turn around and turn into the other variant. And let's do another hinge. Yeah, ever since Yaya mentioned, you know, what is hinge? And I tried it out, like, I just can't get enough of it. It's great. Alright, so we need another male. And actually, let me get another female in here. There we go. And now let me boot up mate. Late but here, says Sebastian. Oh, I'm glad you're here, dude. I really appreciate you hanging out with me while I do this. Yeah, Yaya is missing. I do know he's a student though, so that could be part of it. And let's do, nope, this to that. Oh, we get hinge. So we got that to that, coincident, that to that. get some more hinges. Concentric this and that, this to that. It's going to be an assembly entirely of hinge mates. So I wonder how this is going to go. It snaps right into there. Oh wow, that is cool, but that's not exactly what he has going on there. So let's see. Let's try and see what's wrong here. Oh, I think the other end needs to jut out a little bit now that I remember. If I look here, yeah, the hinge juts out, because otherwise, oh yeah, look at that. Very interesting. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the detail in here, but this is conquerable. We can do this. So let's go back here. I need the hinge to like... Oh, I think that's gonna make this super-handed, actually. Well, I say super-handed like it's a term. It's not. So I think I should honestly just extrude a tab. You know, something like this. And maybe you can make this the same radial. Not co-radial, equal is what I meant. Like that. And then how much does it jut out? Good question. I don't know. We're gonna put a value and test it. 0.5. So that leaves it right there. Like that. So the cut extrude should be still fine. Like that. And then for the male variant, actually updated beautifully. That's incredible. Alright, so let's try this. It's gonna be a bit of a mess. That's okay, we'll take care of it. Hinge, we're interested in, for example, this one. So instead of this being here, let's do this to that. Let me think here. I think they're naturally female versions. So look, only the male's updated. Yeah, so I need to do that. So I need to test a female, yeah, which does not have this. I just need to unsuppress that. There you go. Okay. I was afraid of this. It's facing the wrong way. But that's okay. So we're gonna resuppress this. And maybe I can just use this on the very same face, insert derive sketch, because we do want it to be the same. Let me say that midpoint of that, this coincident. Let's bring it around town and say parallel, like that. And we'll extrude that to the other side. And because of through all both, this should work just fine. So we have female, and then male, female should go up the other way. I think that's the only way this is going to work. Okay, so it's a little messy here. Let's edit. So let's get rid of both of these. And want this and that. There you go. And then for hinge 4, let's get rid of both of these. This and that. Yeah, and then now, yeah, Mario is absolutely correct. You know, the only thing we're missing is we need to increase the distance. Oh, this is binding. Hello? Oh, I do need to change. Well, hang on. One moment. Let me suppress this and this. I'm going to take that out. Okay, so this is now free. This should be free. As well. I don't know, let's just try this once more. Oh, I mated the wrong female end. That's what's going on. Yeah, because the female end with the jut needs to mate up with this one. So, need to edit this. And let's just destroy both of these. So I need that to go with this. Hello? Oh. These need to go as well with this. This. There we go. And I could say that and that. Alright. Let me rotate about scene floor. Okay, so I need to, let me edit this before I turn this back on. So that, this, with this. Does that work? Is it anger? No. Anger. How do you figure out the sizes that would work from Thang's video? You know, it's just really some guess and check, funnily enough. But yeah, now well, that looks close enough. I think it should be able to. Sorry, I'm like thinking to myself. I just kind of like try and intuit like how the mechanism is fundamentally supposed to work. And from there, you know, I just kind of think of things like, oh, this part needs to clear this, or this needs to fit with that. I mean, you're watching just, you know, I didn't study anything before. I just looked at it, looked at the motion. I'm like, I think this will work. And, you know, you're seeing the whole thing like evolve. This is not what I want. Standard, I want parallel. And this and that. I'll leave that in. This. So does that also? Oh, that's very peculiar. And this mate. I think one of the hinge mates is set up wrong. They have to be. Okay. Oh. You want to come back? So this hinge breaks. So why? Here, let me just step this one at a time. So can I get these two concentric? No. Did it add a coincidence instead of parallel? No, I can... Oh, it might have. And the point goes to Matthew. That is absolutely it. That was my fault. This is a perfect example of the error being between the chair and the keyboard. So let's try and activate hinge again. And sure enough, it works. Wow, you are the MVP, Matthew. And it's bound right now because these are active. So I just need to suppress these, which I was just using for testing purposes. But now, I said, and now, it's not moving, but let me save. Yeah, for some reason when I put all of this together now, it fully defines, which I'm not entirely sure why. There's also that thing here. That is peculiar. So let me try just saying concentric for this. Now it's moving. Ooh. Something, oops. It's moving and it looks really cool. But something's still not right here. It seems to max out. Oh no. You can bring it all the way out down here. Oh. Sorry, forgive me while I study this. Go back here. So what's the difference between this and this? Yeah, mine has a very weird character to it. Here, let me snip So other than the brackets on his being much larger than mine, it does seem the same right about now. So if I let it keep going... Oh, this must be the links coming into play. So let's study this position here. So if I do... this... Yeah, so by the time I do this, his is in an arch like this. You see that? Versus mine being basically almost flat. So, what does this mean? It means I might have to change the length of these links, or possibly the angle that they sit at. Or maybe the overall width of the two linkages together. But anyway, let me do something one of my friends showed me, which I think was pretty awesome. To set almost like a global variable that trickles down to parts. Let me see if I remember how to do this. I learned something very cool. I want these construction. So let's set this to 15, its current value. So I have this sketch. So if I double click on this, I should be able to see this. I can say that this is equal to sketch 1, this 15. Ooh. Okay. And additionally, should be able to double click on this. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna have to set up a formula for this one actually. So this equals 180 minus sketch 1, 15. Okay. Rebuild. So now I should have well, I'll just say dimensions. I can just hide that away, but I can edit and say, let's do 30, rebuild. Okay, some goofiness happened. But it seems to have the same defect, honestly. So what happens if I set that to be very slight? So I'll put 5 degrees instead. Something happened here. Hello? Oh, they actually intersect with each other. This needs to be set to up to next. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Why are you still alive?
Oops. Very strange, because now it doesn't even want to like open. What are these? What is this? That is so strange. Where is it copying from? That it looks like that. So the question is, why does this not update correctly? Oh, it's straight up not defined, but I thought I did it. Midpoint. Midpoint. I think I did this one with a midpoint relation, so I don't know if this is going to make any difference. So this is acting pretty strange now. Put it back to 15. I don't know why this same defect is happening. This is really annoying. That's a bug, I assume. Yeah, it's underdefined again. That is very annoying. So let me flat tree. I have to do some surgery on this. Oh, rip. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to redo that. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Let's do this. This collinear, this equal to that, this equal to this. So it's one that's like manually through all both. So this sketch fails. Put that back. Moss extrudes, so for some reason fails. Because this is different, isn't it? There we go. The other configuration is bad. I think. Yeah. It's because this needs to be unsuppressed, so is this. Oops. Get out of here. Man, this is getting really goofy. Let's do open part in position. This one needs to go away. needs to suppress. So this has a parent relationship to this that should not exist. Probably through the sketch. So what I'll do is display external, delete all. It's going to be undefined, but just for a moment. So let's check it. Let me see if that works. You gotta get it eventually. So it's that. Honestly, what I might do instead, let me see if we can get a point right there. And say that the point needs to move out. Coincident. Okay. And should be safe in saying that it should be parallel to that. Okay. Better. And then there is a matter of this. Oops. Let's see if replace works. So it didn't, it would seem. Oh, it worked for one. So that with that. So one thing I do want to try is, what is the effect of just making this link straight up longer? What happens? So that's driven through this. So if I make that 5, rebuild, something really bad happened. Okay. Okay. So when does it go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is what I want to know. Okay, that's normal. Okay, all of that's suppressed. And this is the male female, so far so good. Okay, why? What is that? Did the location of the point not update? Oh, that is really bad. Why is it like that? So why is this here?
There's so much to say. I can't find words.
So let me just say that this and the part origin should be coincident. Yeah, I really messed this up. I think moving that point was just not the right, play. I mean, what it could do, just like the barbaric way, move face. Like that. Though, I wonder if the lopsidedness will do anything. Oh. Configure. So the length also seems to have no effect because you see it just goes flat. This is very confusing. This is very interesting though. So what is it about Thang's version? Oh, it shows the angle. The axes are... Ooh. The axes of the two revolution joints on each grain base are not parallel to each other. Is B equals 160. Oh, I think that's what he's saying. It's not parallel. So we already considered that. The axes of the two revolution points are not parallel to each other. Angle between their axes is A equals 20 degrees. So he's saying, if what I have 15 right now, he has 20 in here. I mean, we can... Oh my gosh, why? I created a monster. Configure. I need suppress in both of them. So 20. Model isn't updating very well. So let me see something. If I suppress both of these, and if I do like what it's supposed to be looking like, and I say, for right now, let's put coincident, and this time I actually do mean coincident. Yeah, that doesn't look like that will fit in there, and I think herein lies the issue. So, if I look at the hinge from right here, this is in line. But oops. Come on, dude. But as it extends outward, is that what he means by the axes of the two revolution joints on each bar are not parallel to each other? Oh my gosh, so annoying. So what if I cut and twist this? Okay, so both of these are still functional. Go back here. Sketch a line. And I'll just leave it like that. And I'll just give each configuration their own separate features. So let's split using that line. We want to keep both. And then move. Oh, not that. Yeah, it's got to be the front and then that. If I move this like 15 degrees one way. Yeah, I know it doesn't look very good, but I'm just want to test out mechanics. So we got male, female, which is just fine. I'm just gonna rinse and repeat instead of try and get this to work out. Hold on. So sketch 8. Is it suppressed right now? Oh yeah, it is. Right here. Let's keep both. Move this. And I have a hunch I might have to move it the other way. So how does this work? So we have this and that. think we're getting somewhere. I think the twist is too much though, because if both of these are 15, just like this, that means in order for this to mate up, it needs to be like that. So let me reduce each of these to 10. 10. This to minus 10. Come on, dude. Talking about. Oops. Oh. Yeah, let me switch the config and then do it. Minus 10. Wow, that looks a lot closer. So let me turn on this hinge and then this concentric. Oh, but I need to take out this coincident. There we go. Now. Ooh. I think that's the hot ticket. I have. My links are very goofy. Oh, that is so cool, though. Wow, look at that. I just needed to twist them a little bit. Alright, so now we have it functional. The next question is, how do we make it not look bad? So, I think this could just straight up be larger. I don't know, that's way too large. So interestingly, it doesn't get parallel until it passes through itself like that. This also behaves a lot better, by the way. Like, it doesn't fight with me as much. I might have to make these taller, the bracket. No, it still crosses through itself like that. It would be great if there's a CSWA for mechanisms. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. It's not related. I'm gonna make this smaller. So again, I think the thing that I was changing doesn't really affect anything. So the height of this appears to have no implications for its character and behavior. What if I'll go back and I make this taller like that. Okay, so that worked well. What about this. Okay. So I just straight up made that thing taller. So, same issue still. I mean, it works in this range pretty well. It just doesn't collapse on itself like. All right, so let's again compare. So this is fundamentally the same thing, even though mine looks like an L. You know, you need to focus on where the hinge is. So the hinge from being right here going to right here makes that. Oops. Let's go back here. So for it to collapse like that and sandwich up like that, you know what I'll do also, let me pack and go this. So if, you know, this goes really wrong, you know, at least I can publish this as a model of the day, even though it's like still not the same thing. It's still like an interesting little doohickey, right? So we're gonna pack and go. So let's call it version 0, spatial linkage. So when this is on top of itself, whoops. This is on top of itself. What needs to happen? If you think about it, so let's copy one of these just for demonstration purposes. So let's just get some arbitrary mates in here just to help out. There we go. So we would like for it to be here. We would like for it to be here, which means by the time this gets to here, it needs to match up with this angle. Something I'm interested to see, honestly. I don't know if this will make any difference. But what happens if I change the sense of the twist? Like I go here and then say that this is positive 10 degrees. And then change this. And then say that this is negative. What happens then? Hello? Let's get that out of there. That might be it, actually. I might have just had the sense of twist wrong. Because now, you see, now I can make these parallel to each other. Except now they're just, this thing's like insanely tall. So let's get rid of this. So let's set these to be parallel to each other. So now I can kind of study what kind of things make this taller. So what I want to test the amount of twist again. So going back to -15 on this configuration. +15 on this one. Overdefined. Well, it in effect got taller, even though it's not able to solve itself correctly like it should. Why is it not able to make itself parallel like that? I don't know. But what I do know is I had to move it up here. Oh, it buckled. Oops. Oops. -30. That's interesting. What the heck happened there? I was able to move it out and now it's... Oh, jeez. I invented something else. Honestly, it's like a pick and place mechanism. You know what? I like. I might just go with this. Modify the design a little bit. So what I mean is, imagine something's coming in on a conveyor on the left side. This thing could just be waiting like that, with a gripper of sorts. It comes here, gets stuck here, and then this thing can just move it. Either put it up on a shelf like this or just bring it to the other side and place it down. I kind of like this better. I accidentally I mean, if you guys have seen a mechanism like this somewhere, let me know, but as far as I know, This is accidentally original when it was trying to copy something. Well, let me actually make it look more of the part. So default, let's add another grip. Oh god, what is it doing? Oh. Do that. Let's see, I need a plane between this and that. Okay, this and this, please. There we go. There it is. Just make it very basic. Leave it like that. So I'll change this into grip. Oh, it broke. Sorry, I'm just staring at this thing. Okay, that's it, I promise. I think the best way to proceed now is actually let me get some hole wizard holes. This has turned a little bit into a mess, but you know, that's what makes it fun. I'm just gonna have to do one at a time. That's annoying. And let's just say through all. Need another one here. So that shouldn't affect anything here. Let me just make a couple of things. Metal. Let's do brush steel. Can't go wrong. Because I can put my name on it, right? Okay, that needs to be to draw a line for it to inhabit. There we go. Curves. This one. Hooray. Mid. Let's go B and shift. Condensed and maybe say 1375. Maybe regular. Or light regular. I like that. Oh, that's annoying. Well, let me at least get it placed somewhat. It looks alright. Then I need to dissolve. Then trim. So that's fine. This is not fine. This is also not fine. That's not fine. I'm thinking something might be wrong with this if it's not shading. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, L is fine. The F is not fine. Ah, let's get rid of that, get rid of this. There. Now the D is going to be doing the same thing. I think I can cross through that and just say neat. Okay, this is still concerning me. Let me say repair sketch. 2 points gap. Where? Show me. Bro. Oh. Okay, so let's trim. Whoops. 2. I don't know why it's not moving me there. I also have this to fix now. There. Let's not overthink it. I'm probably just going to fix all of these in place. Repair. 2 points gap. Let's see, can I move that anywhere? Select all. Let's just do fully define. This will probably take a while. hope you're having as much fun as I am. Okay, part of me wants to abort this, but we're already in it. Oh, you silly mechanism. Yeah, and if you weren't here for the beginning, remember there's cat exercises in the Discord if you're looking to practice for those. Alright, I'll wait for a minute. This is probably not very smart to do. But oh well. Alright, well, let's close SolidWorks. Alright, let's try that again, but I'm just going to use a regular font. That's such a waste. Alright, so here, sketch, like that. This curves. I'm just going to leave it eccentric Gothic. Could even do something like that if I wanted to. There we go. Wow, that was hard. All right. So let me start it over here because I think it'll be pretty cool. We start way over here, right? And then let's just go into, let's center it, maybe zoom in just a hair and go into motion study. I can get a rotary motor on here. I could say oscillating. Let's go 170 degrees. I don't think I'll have to be all the way, but we can test. Wow, that is way too fast. Let me bring this. It's like it's head banging. Let's do 0.2. Excuse me. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, so let's not overthink this. Yeah, there is more stuff I want to kind of do. but you know, can't spend all the time, you know. Okay, so that looks good, but I need to change where the camera is. So like, that needs to be fully in frame. So I'll do replace. I might try and do. Oh, it's like locked. Go back here. It's like the same bug I was experiencing last time. Yep, it would seem. That is, and then change this to 180. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be ever useful for anything, but it's mine, so I will enjoy it. So let's get this sucker saved out, and we'll call it a wrap. Okay, so save 60 square format MP4. So we'll wait for that to go, and we'll call that a stream if it looks good. Let's see, how long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours? Yep, I'd say that's, you know, pretty good. Yeah, what's really cool is that it changes orientation. I see people are joining the server, which is amazing. That makes me so happy. I'm getting the push notifications right now. So while this is running, I will plug that, if you don't mind. So the Discord server, by the way, you know, lots of fun things to share. We got exercises, you know, people like to show off their work, and basically if there's new posts, I always look at it before the stream starts and just give my thoughts. So, you know, I think it's very fun, and there's the link again. All right, so there's that. So let's see how this came out in the end. Open with Windows Media Player. Oh, that is crispy. That is smoother than butter. Well, I really enjoy that, so I think we'll leave it like that. So, yeah, let's give it a wrap. So, what things can you do if you like this video or like this stream? So, first thing you could do if you're not already have done so, subscribe. You know, if you want to catch me when I'm going live, you know, you'll get the notification, and it's all good. You'll never miss another one of my streams, and you'll be like the SolidWorks master or whatever. If you want to help me, you know, with YouTube stuff, the thing you can do for free is just like this stream, like this video, because YouTube likes, and if you like the if you like the video that YouTube likes, it promotes it. Wow, that was a ugly sentence, but you know, there you go. If you haven't, like I said before, join the Discord if you haven't already. If you want to catch me on any other platform such as Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, follow this link tree. It has the exhaustive list, and you know, you'll be great. But you know, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. And actually, one more thing, I won't be streaming this Saturday because I need to take a day trip to another city during Saturday, so I'll be booked the whole day. So the next time you'll see me is next Tuesday, but hopefully by that time, I'll have more information about, where I want to take the stream. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. But with that, have a fantastic evening and weekend. Bye-bye.